Hey everyone, today I'm going to review the brand new Maybelline Master Highlight Highlighting Blushes. Now, I bought these a while ago actually, like maybe a month ago, and I am just not too impressed with them. I don't think they're terrible, but I just I never really got into them. What I mean is, like, I was really excited when I first saw these because they were a brand new product, but then once I started to use them more, I just realized that these are not for me and they're just not really too exciting. So first off, I want to talk about the packaging. It's just a little compact. It says, Maybelline Master Highlight, and you open it up and there is the blush. It is pigmented, but it's not, I don't think it's phenomenal or anything, It's very, very powdery. I don't know if you guys can tell from this video, but even when I use my brush, I get even more fallout. It's so extremely soft that you kind of make a mess and you have to be careful. I don't like blushes that are extremely soft because I don't want to get it all over my vanity, I just hate that about this. It's soft, but it's just too soft. It's powdery, and I think that, it's just kind of a mess. So I'm going to zoom in just so you can see the texture a little bit, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So here's the blush itself, and I don't know if you could see all of this down here, and that was just from right now, from just me swatching it with my finger. You can only imagine, like, when you use a brush, literally, oh my gosh, it gets so messy. It's just, even if you are very extremely careful, the texture of this stuff is just so soft that, I'm not even exaggerating, it's kind of hard not to make a mess. And there's also a little mirror and this little tiny brush. This would take forever to do your blush with, so I would never use it, but it's there, and I really think that it's nice that they gave you a mirror in here. I wouldn't necessarily apply this on the go since it is very messy, but I guess it's nice to always have a mirror with you. Now, in these blushes you get 0.31 ounces, and just as a comparison, MAC is 0.21, and this is just a blush though, it's not a highlighting blush, but really I don't see what's highlighting about this. I'm not wearing it on my cheeks right now. I'm wearing MAC and my Loumanizer as a highlight. Since this blush is shimmery, I guess you can say that it highlights, but honestly, it's just a shimmery blush. So for pigmentation, this is pigmented. I would say yes, it's pigmented. It is easy to blend out since the texture is so soft, but it's just a little too chalky and powdery for my taste. I don't like the way that it looks on my skin. I bought 2 shades. I think there's like 6 of them. I tweeted a picture a while back when I first found the display. I found these at CVS and I paid $10.50 for each of them. And I know that CVS's are a little bit more expensive. I know, Walgreens and drugstores like that are a little more expensive, but I bought these when they were only out at those type of drugstores. I'm sure you can get them for cheaper now, but at the time it was the only place that had them, and $10.50 is a lot for something that's just basically a drugstore blush. I really just don't see anything special about these. Like I said before, I don't think the colors are unique, and honestly, $10.50 is ridiculous for a drugstore blush. Like, let's just be real right now. $10.50? Are you kidding me? MAC blushes? What are they, like $16 now? I paid $16 for this one, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, $5 more? Well, a little more than that, but a little more than $5 more, I can go get me a MAC blush, which I know I love. Well dressed, that is my favorite thing. This one's Pinch of Peach, but well dressed, that's what I wear every day, and it's like, I'm gonna return these because I still have my receipt, so it's not like I wasted the money. So this shade is called Pink Rose, and I'm going to just take what I have on my finger here and swatch it on my wrist. So that's Pink Rose. I kind of rubbed it out a little bit so you can get a better idea of what the color looks like. You can't really tell from my wrist swatch how shimmery it is, but in the finger swatch, can you see how shimmery that is? Just look at how much shimmer is actually in it. That's what it looks like on your cheeks, and obviously not this much because I wouldn't put that much on. I'm not that crazy, but like when you put it on your cheeks, it kind of just has a way of all looking like one big thing of shimmer. And I just think it looks a little too much to be used alone. I would rather use this just sparingly over a matte blush or something like that, because it's just really packed with shimmer. There's no glitter, but it's just packed with shimmer, and it kind of looks just like too much to me. And this is really pigmented and really shimmery, so if you're looking for something like that, I mean, this will be great for you because that's exactly what it is. It's just a really pigmented, really shimmery blush. I did buy another one which is called Nude. Now this was the lightest one that they had in the display, and this was like the second lightest one. So here's what it looks like on my finger. Very, very shimmery, as you can see, and here I'll swatch it right underneath the pink one. There it is, and it just looks so dark on me. This is why I can't wear it on my face, and it just looked like muddy on me, so I really can't wear this one. And in the pan I was like, wow, this is really a pinky, you know, champagne kind of, you know, shimmer, it'll be fine. But there are some, if you look closely, there's some little brown squares in here, and when you mix those with the other ones, it kind of, you know, it just kind of gives it an overall brown tone to it, and it just did not work for me. I mean, as you can see, it just looks really, really dark. I don't know, I mean, the pan and the swatch are kind of different, so just letting you guys know, this will appear darker than it actually looks. I wore this one to work, and it did kind of fade on me after a few hours, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours maybe it faded. And I usually don't have that problem with blushes. I have very dry skin. I don't have oily skin. You know, these might not last as long as other blushes. So also just putting that out there, these did not last very long on me, and I'm a person who has dry skin, like dry skin. So I'd rather buy Physicians Formula or save my money, buy some MAC or Smashbox, because I mean, I love those blushes, and these are so expensive for drugstore. It's like you might as well save your money and either buy high-end or go buy a NYX blush, or, you know, something that you know works well, because these were just kind of like whatever. They were just shimmery, a little messy, and didn't last long. Very pigmented, but that's, you know, that's really all that's good about them in my opinion. So I just want to clarify again, everybody's different, everybody has their own tastes, everybody knows what they like, and you know, these just didn't work for me, and I just didn't like them, to be honest. They're just not for me. So pass on these, Maybelline. I love you, Maybelline, but these were a pass. I do want to quickly mention that the Master Glaze blush sticks, the little cream ones, I have been loving them. So if you are debating whether or not to get the powder or the creams, I definitely would say try these, because they are, you know, I think these are even more pigmented than these powders, and they do have a little bit of a shine to them, so they're not exactly matte, but man, the color on these is crazy. Just to show you really fast, look at that one. I mean, it's like, it's just insane. I have been loving these so much, and I'm going to do a separate review on these soon. I just wanted to mention them in this video because they're from the same line, and they were both in the same display actually. So just quickly mentioning, I will be reviewing the blush sticks soon, and I think these are awesome. So if you were debating whether or not to get these, I would personally, I would say these are easier to work with. So yeah, just a little quick opinion of mine. Definitely try these. I personally recommend them. I have just been loving them, and I have never found a drugstore blush stick before that I've liked, so I'm really excited about these, and I have just been using them like non-stop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and as always, thank you so much for watching.